It's a hashtag feud, the tension brews, opinions clash like unstoppable views. A digital brink where patience shatters with each post and each fiery scatter just retweets, clashes and echoes of grins. They say that the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, mine's a keyboard, so go to war if that's what makes you feel alive. I'll take it personally, but won't take it offline. It's like a drug, it's poison in my mind. My thumb is the trigger, and I've got you in my sights. And if it's all part of God's plan, I'd like to have a word with him. I'm not a fan, so take me to war. I hope it makes you feel alive. I'll take it personally, but won't take it offline. It's a hashtag feud.
You know, I went to the dispensary today, and I am feeling good. I'm feeling like having a Twinkie.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest bed. Oh, when I lay me down Twinkie in the sky. Never been a sinner. I've got a sweet tooth. I got an orange sponge cake, a creamy truth. So when I die, don't ask me why. I'm going G up to the Twinkie in the sky. Going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die, and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna snack on the Twinkie I love best. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest best.
And oh, wait, what's happening? What? Oh! Yeah, when you go to the dispensary and you get a 25% discount, it's a good day. What's interesting is that when I was at the dispensary, I saw my professor there. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it would be interesting if he was. All right, so that song was dedicated to Mr. David Scherter. Mr. David Scherter. But I really don't want to talk about him too much today. I might get into it, but I don't. We'll see. Probably a little bit, maybe. Whatever. Yeah, I think so, but not till later because I got some other stuff planned that I think you're going to be really interested in. I was over at kick.com tonight because Gabe Hoffman and what is his name again? You Psych Boy something. Anyways, I shared it here on YouTube, and your boy Psycho, your boy Psycho. I think that's it. Yeah, I think, well, maybe not. Aw, shame on me. Shame on me. Shame on Star Lady. Okay. Um, you know what? Every once in a while, you just got to get stoned. Uh, like the Bob Dylan song. Everybody's gotta get stoned. You know, you guys, you're saying I'm alcoholic. You know, you really don't have that correct. I am the Hollywood Hemptress. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's right. I am known as the Hollywood Hemptress. I think everybody forgot that, but I haven't. Anyway, I could go into my preaching about how great that hemp is going to really save the planet. But that's for another show. That's not what you tuned into, but trust me, I would look it up about the wondrous applications of the hemp plant. Yeah. But you know, YouTube is like has a stick up its butt about it. But so anyway, so I probably shouldn't say any more because that's what the elite and the government doesn't want you to really know about. If you want to talk about a conspiracy, folks, you need to not focus on extraterrestrials. You got to focus on the hemp plant. The Rockefellers and the DuPonts and the JP Morgans, Chase Bankers. Yeah. If you want to really look into people that wanted to stop the Ford car that was made out of hemp, just look into it. Yeah. If you want to really know where the Declaration of Independence was written on, it was written on hemp paper, not pepper paper, not wood paper, hemp paper. But most of the time, the government only sanctions the growth of hemp was when we were at war so that we can make good rope. Because, war is important, right? Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Whew. All right, so anyway, I was on kick.com and I was there to watch the show with Gabe Hoffman, not Dave Hoffman, but Gabe Hoffman, with Gabe Hoffman. And it was on kick.com, Psycho Gungnir. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show where I was. And, I didn't have a Kick account. And, I put in several names. It's Tere Joyce 17. I didn't do Tere Joyce _, but I was kind of frustrated because Tere Joyce is already taken on Kick. All right. Are you guys impersonating me? Please. So anyway, I decided, well, why don't I put in Wig Goat? And it took it. So I'm Wig Goat, WIGG, like goat, but capitalized, because I'm the goat. GO, capital A, capital T, 17. And so I went to see the show here. And Gabe Hoffman was going to be on it. And, David Sheridan went crazy about it. I mean, I ran through the mud for promoting it. So, and none of the clips worked. None of the videos worked. Matter of fact, everything's down now. There were some clips up here, but, well, here's one.
Bruh.
Okay, so kind of like a gamer thing. Anyway, it didn't happen, and I hung around for a long time. And, I thought, I got this, channel now called Wig Goat 17. So now I can, be on Kick. Oh, I guess I should, oh my God, thank you, Seren, for giving me a kind and generous super chat. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I think we need to give some applause for that. That is really nice of you. And you know what? Seren is one of my how do I say, do I say it Seren or do you like Siren? It really bothers me. I mean, I think it's important to say people's names correctly. Or maybe you don't care, but I'm sure you do. I feel like it's Siren, because if it was Siren, it would be Siren something. But anyway, I think it's Siren, but I've said it so many different ways. So yeah, I'm Wig Goat 17 on Kick. I was gonna make a pun right there, but I thought, no, don't say that. But yeah, I was in that chat for a while. Who else was there? Yep, that's right. The Sewer King. The Sewer King was there too, waiting. And it was good. It was good to see. Yeah. So it's good to see the Sewer King. I happen to like the Sewer King, but I think it would be really great to clip a short, clip a video of all these people saying that gang, Sewer King, Sewer King, Sewer King. Just have Denise, David, Blazin, all these different people just going, Sewer King, it's Sewer King, it's Sewer King. It's those disgusting people that hang out, those Sewer King people. Well, Sherilyn, she's part of Sewer King. I can't use that laptop. She's part of Sewer King. It's kind of it's almost like it's cool to be a part of Sewer King now. I don't know what you guys were thinking, but most people like the villain. Even in reality television, it's the villain that gets paid the most. You guys have made us into these iconic villains. Who doesn't want that for clicks and views? Woo! Yeah. Oh my God. You have to laugh at it. But I was thinking when Gabe Hoffman's show didn't work, or the show that Gabe Hoffman was going to be on didn't work out. All I can think of is that tomorrow David's going to be streaming going, yeah, I psycho pumped him. It's me. It's my shamanic witchcraft. I learned it from Michael Aquino. Yeah, I did a whammy on Gabe Hoffman. Heaven has my back. I'm sure that that's about to happen. And, then he's going to whip out his Last Supper, thing, whatever tapestry thing that he bought at the thrift store that he's stitching on. Oh my God. That's the first thing I thought. I'm like, oh no, David Schurter's going to say that it was his mojo that made Gabe Hoffman's show not work. I could just see it. I can just hear his voice ringing in my head. His face all sweaty with his hair pulled back. Or maybe he'll do it in the bathtub, right? He'll be like, Gabe, I psycho pumped you. And he'll be in the glass, the bathtub. There'll be his glasses will be all steamed up. Oh, I can just see it. Maybe I should be David Schurter's producer. Hey David, if you want to do a video about how you psycho pumped Gabe Hoffman, why don't you do a take in your bathtub? That'll really go over well. Donate to my PayPal. I can't feed my dog. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. It's my first game too. Seren says, yes, this is my first gang, LOL. Mine too. I've never been in a gang before. This is a gang I never picked. Yeah, we're part of a gang. You know that gang? They blackmail and extort people, and Tere's doing porn underneath Pavana's barely legal porn studio. And then how do these people get donations for this? Like, how does David gets up and lies every day, and everything is so outlandish, and then it swishes back and forth, but somehow he still keeps making money, and Fiona Barnett shares his shit on her social media that I can't find anywhere. It's just like, I swear to God, I don't know. I spent some time today, way too much time, looking for, because David today, he said, Fiona Burnett, she really supports me. And she said, David, you need to share your blog. Sorry. David, you need to share your blog and your book on your social media, and I'm going to share it too. Like, he doesn't do that every fucking day, right? I mean, how many times do we see him go, here's my book. Here's my book. Oh, here's my book. Here's my book. If I'll sign it for you for $30. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think it's true. I don't think Fiona said that. And I even posted it on my timeline. It's like, hey, David, why don't you post the link of her saying that to you? I mean, or no, I know what he said. He said, oh, she shared him on a social media and he got 30,000 hits from it. And I'm like, okay, so where did she share it? Can you show the link where she shared it? Because I literally, I did a chat GBT. This is how anal I am. This is how hard this is how hard I will fact check something. All right. I'm like, you show me where that is. Show me that post. Where did she post it? Because you know what? I was going to make a comment on it. That's why I was looking for her. I'm like, you know what? Fiona Barnett, if you want to share David Schurter's defamation about me, how disappointing are you? Like, are you backing that? Because how is him lying about people of crimes they never committed? How does that help you guys look good? How does that help real survivors if you're sharing David Schurter and you're supporting David Schurter today? I want to give a shout out to Fiona Barnett about that, because that would be really disappointing, Fiona, to see you do. Just saying. Okay? I know you don't know me. My name is Tere Joyce, but maybe you do know me if you actually are talking to David Schurter. And if you're backing that, you're absolutely not legitimate in my eyes. And you should disappear again, maybe, instead of be doing new shows and whatever. Because if you are going to come back, you better not support David Schurter, because I'll have something to say about that. I might even joke or blog about it. I mean, I'm not making threats, but I'm just saying, if you're supporting somebody who's doing defamation, you can be sued for that, actually. Even sharing that in the United States. I don't know what those laws are in Australia, but anybody that shares David Schurter's defamation just once, they don't even have to write anything in the text. They can just share it. If I sue David Schurter, I could sue them too at the same time. If I got that kind of money, and who's to know? Who's to know if I'm not going to have that kind of money or that kind of capability to pull that off? That's right. I mean, every time, Patrick posted something today. He made this really weird AI image. Like I had an A cracking on my head and they're like bowls coming out of my mouth and I've got 4 arms and because I got a 4.0 last semester, by the way, guys. This I have to tell you that because it involves this what he said. I had a 4.0 last semester and I'm getting an MFA in creative nonfiction, Denise. Denise goes, Terry, she's doing get this. She's creating a department at her school at Fresno State called creative nonfiction. Like I'm a liar. Like I made up a genre so I could take nonfiction and lie about people. Well, let's look up what creative nonfiction is. Anyway, I just want to give you, the definition of, what creative nonfiction is. There's tons of journals that publish creative nonfiction. And guess what, Denise? They've been doing it for a really long time, right? I mean, just unbelievable. But I just, do you guys believe this? I mean, when people like Denise trying to make the fact that I'm getting a degree in creative nonfiction as being that I'm a creative liar in the nonfiction world. I mean, that's how she says it. Like she's winking, she's getting a degree in creative nonfiction. Creative nonfiction. Here, let me share it. Oh, I did share it. Oh. What a good little stoner I am. Creative nonfiction, CNF, is a genre that uses literary techniques such as narrative arc, scene setting, and dialogue to tell true, well-researched stories. Oh my God, really? We can do that as writers? Often called literary nonfiction. It combines the accuracy of journalism with the emotional, artistic style of fiction. Oh my God, I just got a degree in digital journalism. Wow. By the way, I got a 4.0 in my last semester of my degree as well. I graduated last semester, 2025. 3.77 grade point average, not summa cum laude, but magna cum laude. Yeah. And I'm 63 years old. I am bitching, guys. Anyway. And I'm a stoner just like every other college student. Okay, let's move on. Common forms include memoirs, personal essays, travel writing, and narrative history. Oh, wow. True stories based on real life events, people, and research. Let me bring a little more light on this. Literary techniques employs scene setting, dialogue, character development, and plot structure. Personal voice reflection often includes the author's subjective reflective perspective. The 5 R's, author and educator Lee Gulkin defines the core elements as real life, reflection, research, reading, and writing. Memoir focuses on specific period or theme to the author's life. Personal essay, a short focused piece exploring a topic of experiences. And boy, have I had a lot of experience. I think I'm going to give myself a round of applause for that. Because I've lived a very interesting life. Narrative literary journalism, in-depth reporting written with literary flair, e.g. Truman Capote's Cold Blood. Lyric essay, a hybrid from blending prose and poetry. Nature writing and travel writing, descriptive, immersive accounts of places and the environment. Graphic memoirs, true stories told through sequential art. Famous creative nonfiction writers, John Didion, known for the Salting Towards Bethlehem, Truman Capote, author of In Cold Blood, Hunter S. Thompson, pioneer of gonzo journalism, Tom McPhee, renowned for the long-form narrative, and Tom Wolfe, known for The Right Stuff. purpose of creative nonfiction, the goal of a CNF, is to make factual information engaging, fostering empathy, and connecting personal experience to larger human truth. It often explores complex, subjective, or emotional subjects that traditional objective journalism might overlook. Wow, I'm a very interesting hybrid here, aren't I? I'm going to give myself another round of applause because hundreds of people applied for that program. And they only took 10 of us. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out to everybody exactly what that is and what I'm doing and what I'm getting an MFA in. Okay? Speaking of, I don't know, comedians, I don't think he's a journalist, but I found I've been watching AI Grift Patrol's videos about Owen Benjamin, and there are a couple of them that are kind of short. They're like 13, 16 minutes or so, but I pull them up today to go over and discuss. So I'm going to play one more song, and I'll be back. We'll be back with more. Not my rabbit hole. And I'm trying to pick out what song. That's why I took a pause, because there's a song I have in my head that I want to play. And here it is. I found it.
You're caught in a lie, and I know why. Tangled truths won't fly, you can't deny. Think you'll vanish, but have no fear. You're bound, you're found, you're here, my trying to pretend you're just a servant in the end. Caught in a lie, and I know why. You think you'll disappear, but have no fear. You're here to stay, and no one believes you today. Bye-bye, fake, go trying to play the game. Just another snake, but you're all the same. You're trapped in illusions, no more disguise. Those webs of deceit unravel your eyes. Your game is over, no need to hide. Caught in the truth where you collide. To escape fate, just another trickster meeting your day. You think you'll vanish, a fleeting charade, but mirrors shatter, exposing the facade. Reality whispers, the truth prevails. Caught in a lie, the illusion fails. Caught in a lie. And I know why. You think you'll disappear, but have no fear. You're here to stay, and no one believes you today. Bye-bye! Fake out! Just another snake.
All right. All right. You know what? Happy Women's Day, ladies. Oh, yeah. This is Women's Month. This is all Women's Month. So shout out to us. And I want to give a shout out for Sherry for being here tonight. And then we got Seren, two ladies, and we are going to have some fun. I think so. Why not? So here's what I want to share with you. By the way, Seren, before we get into Owen Benjamin, you asked here, what is the deal with the Owen person, right? What's the deal with the Owen person? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep this brief. All right. So Owen Benjamin is a stand-up comedian. He's been in some TV shows, guest roles, and in a movie, I believe. He's done a lot of specials on like he had an Amazon special that he lost because he spoke out against giving there was somebody who was either a producer or agent or something that was pro hormones for trans, okay, hormone blockers. That's what it was. And there might have been, and I'm trying to remember, but I feel like the person felt that their 2-year-old already knew that they weren't the sex that they were born in. And Owen Benjamin lashed out about that. And this is like when a lot of things were starting to change, and the Obama administration was, or maybe it was Obama, and they were doing the whole bathroom gender thing, and there was like a lot of upheaval happening politically at that time. And I had and I did say this, okay, I was in a group on Facebook that were for comedians, and there was a comedian that was talking about doing these people were based in Oregon, so it was an Oregon site, and they were like, you were going to do an all women show, and of course we'll have trans on it and everything. And I go, no, I don't. I don't. If you don't have a period, if you've never had a period and you don't go through menopause, I don't think you should be on a woman's show. I said that. I wrote it. All right, because and here was my argument, is that when you do comedy, you are talking about connecting to a certain demographic of people. Like if you're on a Latino night, it's for some reason, like I've done a lot of Latino nights because I'm half Latino. Like, even though I'm not full Latino, I still have a Latino experience, or Latino experience as a woman, even if it's only half. And those were my jokes. It's different to live both two races like that and be kind of like almost first generation in your community when those kind of things started to happen. Those are different experiences. So when you do comedy, you're talking to people. If you're going to like make it down into like just one thing, I said I wasn't going to take that much time, but I am taking time because it's important. If you're just going to go, oh, we're going to call ourselves this Black, Deaf Comedy Jam night, or whatever, Latino night, all women's night, all white guy night, whatever, right? Then you're going to expect that's what you're going to see. Like I had a show, this was really like, I was kind of revolutionary in this, really. I had a show called The Nasty Divas, and one of us was trans. Now, I think that works because it's like Nasty Divas, anybody could be a diva. And, and let me tell you something, the person that was trans was way better looking than me and Ludovica, and we're pretty attractive. I mean, most people didn't even know. Fraser Smith, who, was a regular host at the Ice House, because I did it at the Ice House Comedy Club. He came up to me and he goes, "Hey, you know her, that lady?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Could you introduce me to her?" And I go, "Well, I just want you to know that she's not total, there's more to her." And he goes, oh, okay. Thank you for telling me. You know what I mean? It's like, she was that much like authentic, almost, like you would think that she was a woman. So, at the same time, I broke stereotypes. I put things out there before everybody else. But if you're going to do a theme show about women, let it be about women. Let it be about women. Don't take who we are and our experiences as women away from us. That's how I felt about it. See? And I'm saying that on Women's Day. I thought today was officially Women's Day. I maybe it was yesterday. I want to read something else out. That was given to me. From a friend of mine. Yeah. It's today. Happy Women's Day. Strong women aren't simply born. They are made by the storms they walk through. Keep being the strong woman God created you to be. Women's Day, March 8th, 2025. Well, this is an old one. I think he meant 2026 on it, but it said 2025. So maybe it is. Maybe it isn't like Women's Day. Oh my God, I'm on this whole spill. I don't even know if it's really Women's Day. I'm going to give myself the gong for that. That shame on me. Women's Day. When is Women's? God, I hope it's today. It feels like it should be today. I think every day. That's right. It's today. Sunday, March 8th, 2026 is International Women's Day. Yes. Yay for us. Yes. All right. You guys go out there and you bang your woman. All right. Because it's Women's Day. You get down there and do some licking. All right. Whoa. Yes. That's what I'm saying. He's your woman. All right. Yeah, I had to go there. Because I can. All right. Should I share some stuff with you? I don't know. I don't know. Even today, when I was looking at David's stream, it's so negative on women. He's never good about women. I think that, and I'm going to show you somebody right now. This is why we should watch him, who also is a bit sexist about women. And so, I want to feature Owen Benjamin. Again, he's a comedian. He came out, he did this. Okay. But because I had this controversy in this argument in the Oregon case, a director named Lee Scott recommended me to Mark Levin's, the right-wing pundit radio show channel. Anyway, they recommend me to them to do a show called Happy Hour to talk about how right-wing comedians were getting canceled. And then they asked me to do some stand-up. There was no audience, which wasn't really great, but I still riffed anyways. And they wanted more like right-wing jokes. Because, folks, I can make fun of the left and the right. Everybody can be made fun of. So anyway, I was on the show and I talked about Owen Benjamin. I brought him up. And because of the fact that now I have also worked with Owen Benjamin I was producing a show at the Ice House called The Dope Show. Woo! Of all things. Imagine what that was about. All right. The Wonderful Hemp Plant was what the show was about. He was on that show. And it was a Death Star brownie given by Joey Garcia. No, am I saying that right? Yeah, I think so. No, Joey. Oh, you know what? I already did a show about him. Anyways, forget it. He got a pot brownie. I need a pot brownie. Everybody wants a brownie. And it freaked him out, apparently. Well, this is what happened when Adam Camacho was on my show. He had ate a prop bounty. And then he packed up and he moved out of California and he went like to the right. And then he got this following and they call themselves Bears. And then Adam Camacho was filming the documentary of him creating this Beartaria, sort of like a homesteading, a new reboot. It was happening during COVID time, and it was a lot of men with beards building things and male bonding, and Owen, like, milking a goat and talking about women and women's roles in society. Well, and he goes, and then you give us your milk. The goat makes a deal because I'm giving the goat some feed. And he's squishing on the goat's titties and looking in the camera. And he goes, and then we take your milk and drink it because that's the deal you made. And you know what? I find that, I just kind of found it like a little disturbing. He's like, hey, get your hands off my boobs. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa, the whole mentality behind it. And so some people feel that Owen Benjamin kind of became this cult-like figure. And that's fascinating to me, being that he comes from the comedy community, which is where I'm from, and that we've brushed paths. And I spoke about him on, this right-wing pundit show. And so it made me want to look into this and start to kind of watch what is going on. And I think when Siren was asking, like, well, who's Owen? Well, this group of people like Hoax Wars and, Becky, Blazing Scar and, all the Predator Catcher groups and stuff like that, but more secluded, like not the whole group, more like Liz and, Johnny's List and Top Feed Coco and everything like that. They became like the vibration and the energy, the, shadow box, like cyber guerrilla tactic, kind of channels that vibrate this, drama and chaos surrounding Owen Benjamin and what he was doing. And then it kind of split after it was for a while. See, now Adam and Owen have a lawsuit against each other, and what I'm going to show you is some footage from AI Grift Patrol, which is his channel, and he does kind of like AI documentary edited type of pieces where an AI person narrates it that looks human, which is kind of interesting. And so we're going to look at a little bit of footage. I wanted to say what I think about it, but and I'm not showing all of them, but Owen said his IQ was 147, which I find also kind of interesting. But Owen is known for saying racist and anti-Semitic things, and really kind of coming off misogynist, and I think kind of strange around. He has some interesting views of how young a person can be if you marry them, and this is what really sticks out to me. So I'm gonna play this one. So let me see if I have it. I don't have it shared yet. Here.
The degenerate hippie. He confirmed that his parents were hippies, that they spent much of their early family life naked, close to nature, as he put it.
No, I've been very low key about exposed genitalia lately. How do you, well, my parents are hippies, you know, it's like I was raised with no clothes. I never saw it as weird. So I always had to blend in Patrick Bateman style and be like, yeah, dick pics are bad.
You're the only guy that's going, yeah, that is horrible the way
My
they're
mom
depicting
made
that.
my clothes, like I wouldn't wear clothes. You know, me and my brother would be running around naked like animals. There were like college professors that believed in no structure. So yeah, a dick pic for me did not seem that crazy.
Then, in the same breath, he spoke about their small New York town being riddled with pedophile priests and how his parents turned away instead of confronting it.
That's why my mother and I can be raised in a town with a pedophile Monsignor and 7 pedophile priests. And now there's only one church left because they raped all the kids. And no one said anything as they went and pretended and virtue signaled. And so it sent me and her on a truth path. And her life has benefited overall for it. My life's benefited overall for it. But it allows us to have apertures like we're Christian pagans, because we were part of a culture that was hiding child rape, and it caused a lot of trauma and a lot of problems. But overall, it's good because you name the man. You don't say Catholicism is pedophilia. Michael Jones does not promote pedophilia.
Owen Benjamin has spent years branding himself as a moral crusader, a Christian traditionalist, a defender of faith and family.
And that's what's kind of interesting about it, because like I think in that dialogue he seems like almost not Christian, right?
But peel back the scripture quotes and sermon style live streams and the picture changes. His public image as a God-fearing homesteader doesn't match the way he speaks about himself or the content he puts out.
Listen to that again, guys. Like really, like listen to it as if you don't worship black dick. Like the first time I heard that, like a woman sent me that. Just like I get why Copper Bear is like.
So that's kind of like racist, right? I mean, that's stereotypical racism, I think.
Oh, legend, because women don't really care. Like I've had relationships with women where I could be like, I'm gonna go fuck another woman, and she'd be like, that makes me sad, but you go crush. These men let you fuck.
And okay, this is where I think it gets really interesting for me, because did you guys ever see a movie called Magnolia? And Tom Cruise, I think he even won the Oscar for this performance. Or I know he was nominated, and he plays this, male guru. It's a workshop of how to get laid and get the woman that you want to bring her down to her knees. So when I look at him as a woman, I go, this is an insecure man. He needs to be in control. I would, at this point, like, let's say, I mean, not that it ever really happened, but if I were at this point in my life, if I were dating or I went on a date with Owen Benjamin, I'd be like, oh, hell no. I'm check, please. Seriously. Okay. And it's going to get worse.
Fuck their wives, and their wives want to fuck you.
The level Amy and I are at now is unreal. Never thought it was possible. We still make out at bars when we can get out. We can argue, but not freak out. And at any moment I can be with her, I find a gift. Her jealousy is so gone, it's almost comedic. After one of my many Twitter spirals, she genuinely said, when you were into other women, do you think it made you focus less on politics? Oh, when you like puzzles. It used to be getting women to show you their vagina, and now it's figuring out all human nature.
She sounds like a CIA handler to me. I mean, that's what it sounds like, but whatever.
Maybe every now and then you should hook up with a chick just to stop reading tweets about the election.
I mean, this is real CIA feeling to me.
I couldn't stop laughing. She was dead serious. I told her I had no interest, but I really appreciated the idea. Instead, I got super into figuring out how to cook over fire. The best
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay.
skills come from not wasting all of your life energy on sex with strangers. I also
Oh, no, definitely don't do that. Don't waste your energy on sex with strangers. Oh, no. Please don't. Please don't waste your energy on sex with strangers.
really bueno at Espanol.
I mean, and here's the deal. I'm going to go here for a minute. To me, it's like, well, what about the men that do this? Like, can we talk about how the guys just screw anything they want? I mean, as a woman on the road, most of the time I did work with comedians, and trust me, I saw shit. I saw them do shit. I saw them cheat on their wives and their girlfriends, and then they would look at me and go, you know what? Whatever stays on the road happens on the road. But it's like right now you're going to realize it's going to be all about what women do wrong. And, women are not supposed to do that. It is not okay for me to go on the road and be like the other guys. Even though I might have once or twice.
Hillary Clinton will win the presidency. Vegas odds are 6-1. But that isn't when the fight is over.
Yeah, I understand why women like it. I get it. There's been because women gravitate towards power. They don't have the same level of logos as men. Women just go,
what? What? Wait, okay, let me. Women don't have the same logos as men. Okay, wait a second. Wait. Thinking. Research indicates that the prevalence of male figures and brand logos often outnumbers female figures. Well, that's what happens. Male domination design forged image. Okay. Efforts for inclusion initiates to create female versions of iconic logos, e.g. Pringles, Monopoly, DreamWorks, are intended to prompt thought about the unconscious biases in branding and to make women more visible in marketing. Wow. Okay, so I just put in women don't have the same logos as men, and this is what came up from artificial intelligence AI overview. Research indicates that the prevalence of male figures and brand logos often outnumbers female figures, with studies suggesting that from 2000 to 2012, male figures in U.S. logos outnumber female figures by 3-1. The phenomenon has led to initiates aimed at highlighting this disparity, such as when the organization Creative Equals placed male characters and famous brand logos with female versions to mark International Women's Day. Woo! Yeah, let's give that a little round of applause. All right, let's continue.
strength, crushing. That's why it's your responsibility to guide your women properly. Because without me, I could, like, if Amy never knew me, I could see her like viewing that and being like, that guy's crushing.
I've had addiction in my relationship.
Wow. Without him, she wouldn't be able to figure that out for herself.
My wife. When we were first together, I was addicted to the shame of hearing about her other sex partners she had had. I know that sounds weird, but the podcasts are all about honesty. I tried hard sometimes to get her to admit that I wasn't good enough. Admit it. I would want her to tell me that. Fortunately for Amy and I, we found our way out. And looking back, that demon, it now just looks like a silly mouse, barely squeaks.
I'm against sexual fetishizing, like people being like, oh, if you don't bang all the time, it means you're in a dead marriage. That's all terrible.
Raw, uncomfortable, and very public. The man who rails against degeneracy fills his own broadcast with obscenity, crude jokes, and self-contradiction. This isn't moral conviction, it's marketing. Raised by a pair of academic free spirits, Owen learned early how to perform sincerity, how to package rebellion as revelation. Now he wraps that same performance in scripture and sells it back to his audience as virtue. That's the essence of the grift, not belief, but branding. A man preaching purity while cashing in on outrage. And after all the donations, the land, and the live streams, the mask is starting to crack. And this is where Owen's rhetoric takes an even darker turn. For years, he's spoken publicly about the age of consent, not with moral clarity, but with moral confusion. In past live streams, he's claimed that it's somehow more moral for an adult man to marry an 8-year-old than for two consenting adults to have casual sex.
Does the Bible say 18 shall be the age of consent? No, not even close.
Marriage, guys, marriage is the age of consent. Marriage. Marrying a 12-year-old in an agrarian society is infinitely more moral than fucking a random 18-year-old and never talking to her again.
He's even said that children who were victims of molestation consented on some level, even though they had no capacity to consent.
Okay, let me just stop it there for a second. To me, that is just absolute. What he just said is just absolutely shocking. And what I'm thinking about, you know, when I first watched that, what he just said right now, I thought, huh. And Liz is supporting him now. Liz Moldovan is supporting him now, and so is Blazin. And Blazin wants to go out there and act like she is just, you know, right in there with the predator catcher community. But have you not watched this? Blazin? Denise? Hoax? Well, Hoax is turned off on this. I won't bash him on this situation. And you guys are harassing and being racist to Adam Camacho for this guy? Because he's saying everything that you say that you try to save children and protect children about. You're hypocrites. Who are you? And why are you doing what you're doing right now? Inquiring minds want to know.
I'd say the majority of abused, sexually abused kids consented on some level. Like they were trusting. It's not like they were beaten. And
I mean, this is the whole thing that, you know, that when a woman gets AR'd, right? Oh, she consented on some level. Like, how twisted is it to sit there and gaslight a child's trauma of being molested, or a woman who's been molested and the trauma that she's dealing with to get over it and maybe never will? Oh, on some level, she consented for it. Is that a rationale? Is that a way to get out of it if he did something like that? Well, you know, on some level they consented for it, so therefore I'm not really guilty of what I'm being accused. Is that's what it sounds like to me? I don't know about you guys.
Right? It's like, and that's what really messes up people's heads because they think it's their fault. You know, they were trusting, they went along with it, they agreed to it, right? That's if he was actually as a kid. I mean, don't get me wrong, maybe it's possible. But I am seriously doubting it because not everyone, most people that were taken advantage of by kids, as kids, consented. Even though they had no ability to consent, but they thought they were making someone happy. They thought that they thought that if they didn't go along with it, they were bad or wrong. Like that's literally what it is.
To his audience, many of whom once looked to him for spiritual guidance, these statements were shocking.
I'm just reporting what I see. I've never even been to a mosque. FYI, I've never been to a mosque because I know one of the big narratives is, oh, Owen's shilling for big Islam. One of my best friends is a Caucasian Muslim. And some of his insights and some of his wisdom that he's given to me over the years has been invaluable to the point of miraculous for me. And so I would be lying if I didn't say that a lot of my really, really beautiful insights have been from the mouth of a Muslim guy. And this is coming from someone who pretty much lived a Sheryl Crow song for like 20 years. If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. That's how I viewed sex for like a huge amount of my life. And I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. A 20-year-old woman just fucking a strange guy in a hotel room is not the consensual miracle that you think it is.
Let me ask you something, Owen. Are you a 21-year-old woman? Because if you're not, how do you know what she's thinking? or what's happening to her. And yet you're sitting here judging her and saying what she's thinking. Yeah. This is disturbing to me.
Okay. And women are being like really, really dehumanized by this shit. Whether or not she's 20.
Who's being dehumanized? Maybe you're doing that right now. I mean, look, you've got picture. You're like support. Are you supporting this right here? Women that have to wear hijabs, that are required to cover their face.
Five, 35, or 15
Why
isn't
don't you cover your face?
as big of a jump as you think it is.
How would it be? I mean, like, you know, maybe that's like maybe she read a dystopian story where the men had to wear hijabs. And then, you know, they got beaten to death that they didn't wear it properly. Like Masa Amini.
When a woman turns 18, a miracle doesn't, like, she doesn't just get washed over by this wave of consent. Where now when she gets turned out by two fellas in a hotel room, it's like much more enjoyable for her and she isn't being raped. Okay? Women don't want to be used anymore.
And yet Owen
Right, we don't. That is true, but
continued to hurl the word pedophile at anyone who crossed him online, weaponizing one of the ugliest accusations imaginable while minimizing the reality of real abuse. It left his viewers with a chilling realization. The man who calls everyone else a predator can't seem to stop describing the mindset of one. The projection isn't subtle, it's pathological. One of the strangest moments in Owen's live streams wasn't a joke or a rant, it was a reading. A fan sent a letter confessing to watching child sexual material, and Owen read it aloud on camera, verbatim, unfiltered, and without the kind of moral clarity you'd expect.
As I write this, I'm trying to retain any strand of hope I can grasp. To keep this brief, I was exposed to porn when I was 10, when I was 5, and again when I was 10. I was sexually something by a family member. Same person beat me until I was about 13. I never had the courage to tell my parents. I've moved past it and have forgiven the person. I'm not using this as an excuse to justify my evil acts. I also don't carry a victim conscience about it. I am just a man that wants to get better and to have redemption for what I've done wrong. Porn usage and viewership for me has gotten to a point that is purely evil.
That moment was not theater. It was something else, unsettling, irresponsible, and deeply corrosive. Years ago, he'd railed that such people deserved the harshest punishments.
I've seen a lot of bad things that I'm ashamed of. I've never done things that I've seen, nor would I allow myself to. I would take my own life before letting that happen. In actual life, I never have the desires to do things I've seen. Yeah, this is super dark, but hang on. I want to overcome this, but don't know how to start. 17 years of porn use has led me here, and I'm to blame for it. I'm afraid of not being able to quit because that would mean I could never have kids of my own. Oh, this is dark, man.
Tonight, he sat and rationalized, debated, and treated the confession like content. For viewers, the shift was chilling, not just because of what was being described, but for what it suggests about the boundaries Owen refuses to recognize on his platform.
I'm sure that by saying that, you understand the nature of my evil. Yeah, I get it. Maybe I don't deserve the privilege of children. I want to believe I'm not a damn man. I've never done this evil, but seeing it is basically the same. Yeah, that's really bad, dude. It's on it. At least you're.
I mean, that's, you know, I just feel like, you know, here's a suggestion for this is a suggestion from me, Owen. I don't think you should go into the therapy business because you have no idea the trauma that that person has and what they're dealing with. And maybe they could heal and they would feel worthy to have children. Wait till you hear the rest of it.
Being honest, but yeah, I don't think you should probably not have kids. And I'm not judging you, but
I mean, who does he think he is? I mean, seriously, come on. Who would say something like that to somebody? Like, you, oh my God, could you imagine if he had actually really had true followers and they were like around him? I mean, this feels like Jim Jones time. I swear, this is not normal. This is not okay.
you can't just like what you watch is not a victimless crime. There's victims there, and you're part of that.
It also raises uncomfortable questions. How close were some of these viewers? Were they simply lurkers, or were there private donations, DMs, or relationships behind the scenes? We can't answer that from a clip alone, but watching someone normalize or gamify a confession of harm is enough to make any sane viewer uneasy.
If you can't stop it on your own, you should be in prison. But you're honest.
Okay. And you know what? I want to address. Hey, hi, AI Grift Patrol. Hi, hey, AI Grift Patrol. Adam's here. So, yeah. This blows me away. Blows me away.
Is refreshing, and I'm not judging you as a man. And feel free to listen to these streams, and hopefully it helps you and all that stuff. But
the way he says, "Oh, feel free to listen to these streams, and hopefully it helps you." Like, what if he wasn't mentally stable? And you judge someone like him that has this much visibility, and maybe, you know, people are looking up to him. How embarrassing for this guy.
that's, you know, and don't get me wrong, they're in a much more moral world. Watching any porn should put you in prison.
Oh my God, really? Well, I guess we're all going to prison. I guess Owen Benjamin thinks I should be in prison, I'm sure, because I wrote a couple of films. How about somebody puts you in prison because you think it's okay to marry a 12-year-old? How about that? How about you think because if a child was molested, you think that they probably consented somehow? I think that deserves to be put in prison. Owen Benjamin? Not somebody watching porn.
If nothing else, it should force a reckoning. Platforms and hosts carry responsibility. Treating abuse as spectacle isn't critique, it's complicity. And with actions like these, the chaos, the contradictions, the moral decay played out for clicks, it's no wonder his following has dwindled to a fraction of what it once was. The audience didn't vanish by accident. They left when the mask did.
And so, yeah, it's thank you for making that. I mean, I think people need to see. And it makes me wonder, like, well, what's Liz doing there? Backing him like that when a man like that says something like that. I mean, Blazing, doesn't that like go against every fiber of what you say you back? Wow. Super interesting. Super interesting to me. I hope you don't mind. I want to show one more a little bit that I watched. It's like things that Tere watched this week, and this was the top of my list to share with you guys. And, you know, I think we need to take a break from the other people, right? Right? Let me see. What should I play? Well, you know, I think this one's pretty appropriate.
I wish that I could know why why you decided to show, why you didn't just go, why you still call her Jane Doe. She was 13, not yet 16, not even a tween. Her friends said it would be funny if she met Epstein. He got a gig for the weekend, said she could bring a friend, said he needed someone who looked young, a blonde and a wig. And she thought it was harmless, so she went with a friend, and her friend thought it was harmless, so she went with a friend, and her friend thought it was harmless, so she went with a friend. And they said they all met a nice man, and his name was Prince Andrew, and she thought he was harmless, so she went with her friend, and her thought he was harmless, so she went with a friend. And Katie thought he was harmless, so she went with her friend. And she met a girl named Katie Johnson, and she looked just like me, and they thought it was harmless, so they went with their friend. And I thought it was harmless, so I went with my friend. And Katie thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And she thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And Katie thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And she thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And Katie thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And her friend's friend thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And she thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And she thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And Katie thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And her friend's friend thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And she thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And she thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And Katie thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And her friend's friend thought it was harmless, so she went with her friend. And she thought it was.
Saint-Germain in the membrane, insane is the end game. Cure sacrifices a gold, 7 months running. Listen to me, try to believe, because I deceive. I deceive. That it heals for those who can see. Saint-Germain in the membrane, insane is the end game. You are to blame when I created the game. Let's do that, Saint-Germain. Let's do that, Let's dance, pretend we're friends, and pretentious and contentious. Let's be Saint-Germain. Let's be
All right. I'm sorry that I took a kind of a long break there. I'm steaming some salmon, and I have this little hibachi cooker, like a steamer, like a little lunchbox, and it's an Itaki lunchbox, and I had salmon, and I squoze lemon on it, and put some Larry seasoning salt on it, and then I did some Italian seasoning, and yeah, so I'm excited. And then I it makes rice at the same time, and so I'm it's almost done, but I just kind of I just had to put a little more water in it and let it cook a little bit longer, because I like to make sure that the salmon cooks real good in there. And I wanted to do a little bit more on my show, because there's another video that I want to show you. So okay, so this one, Owen Benjamin's Father, The Roots of the Rage, AI Grift Patrol documentary. And this one stood out to me. And I don't even know if I've even finished this one, but there's enough here that I want to show you. This one stood out to me because, well, okay, let me just play it.
Section 9, the daddy issue.
But I think it's a lot of projection. His father's homosexual. I think he's a homosexual. I think he jerked.
Owen was the one trying to prove his father was a homosexual when he was betraying his mother. We found him doing some real sneaky, fruity stuff, but there's way, 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 way more evidence that I'm actually a homosexual than Owen's father. That's kind of hilarious. But Owen's so homophobic that he was trying really hard to find evidence. A lot of circumstantial shit, though, and betrayal.
The father and son loop. Owen's relationship cycle never changes. Admire, align, resent, attack. He's done it with mentors and now with younger rivals.
Okay, so let me also point this out about his dynamic with his fathers. Here's one thing I want to say. One of the first books that was written about comedians, I guess you could even say this was creative nonfiction, right? But a woman went and interviewed all these comedians like in the 80s and talked about their life and how was their upbringing and stuff like this. And one of the consistent themes of stand-up comedians, according to her research in her book that she wrote called Comic Lives, Betsy Bourne, one of the common things of all comedians, not all of them, but a large amount of them, they had issues with their fathers. And I just want to put that out there. And I just find that to be really interesting. And so Owen falls into this paradigm. And I have to admit, so do I. And so I just want to, give some grace to everybody who has problems with their fathers.
Each feud plays like a family drama. The father who disappointed him, the son who replaced him. John Kerry Smith, a longtime professor at SUNY Plattsburgh. He taught rhetoric as the art of persuasion, not just to students, but even to government agencies.
Rhetorical vision and the inaugurals, like in all of them, need credibility, believability, and legitimacy. For Reagan, legitimacy and credibility are drawn from the experience of the American people. That is, the sanctioning agents are these series of cultural myths that assert our worthiness as a people of this blessed land, who only need revive our faith in ourselves and courage in facing our destiny, that we believe that together with God's help, we can always do the great deed. Quote, I believe we the Americans of today, he said.
By all accounts, he was a flamboyant operatic personality, beloved by his colleagues and by the small-town arts community that surrounded him.
If you'd ask many students at New York's SUNY Oswego who their favorite professors were, John Kerr Smith's name would be heard very often. Born in Oak Park, Illinois in June of 1942, John Kerr Smith has been a professor in the Communication Studies Department at New York's College at Oswego since 1974. As a graduate of Northwestern, Smith enjoyed acting in various operas.
Opera was something I was very interested in, both as an undergraduate at Northwestern. I did the WAMU show, which was the student variety show that the students wrote, edited, performed, and so on.
In his early comedy days, Owen actually celebrated his father's eccentric feminine energy. He'd mimic his dad's operatic flair on stage, the hand gestures, the singing, the theatrical confidence, turning it all into lighthearted stand-up material.
My dad's funny. He's a public speech professor, rhetoric, sings opera, a lot of colorful bathrobes. He's a very fruity man. Like I didn't understand it when I was young. You know, he'd go into like Walmart or something and just be like, out of nowhere, just, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here's the other handle. Oh my God, I'm a sugar bowl.
There was a time when Owen celebrated his dad's humor, gentle, wordy, and full of puns. In fact, he even uploaded a wholesome little video called Jokes with My Dad, where the two of them traded one-liners and laughed together like old friends. But that version of Owen doesn't exist anymore.
Well, I had lunch the other day with a friend of mine in the chemistry department, and I said, what happens to chemistry professors when they die? And he said, they bury them.
No, that didn't come off.
No, that was a good one.
You think?
Yeah.
Without espresso, I get depresso. And I'd like to open up a bakery that featured gender roles.
No.
Dad, what do you think you might do if you ever retire?
Well, I thought of maybe opening up a bakery. And remember, Old World Bakery was really one of the better ones. But I think the best way to do it in Oswego these days would be to make sure you featured gender roles in your bakery.
What's the most important thing you do in the morning?
Well, I have my espresso, but you know, if I don't have my espresso, I get very depresso. Nike's expression is just do it. But if Nike gets depressed, they say, don't it.
Okay, you know, I'm going to stop here for a second. Aiken said something. It's actually a very common thing. Problems with fathers is used by Esklin EST style breakthrough groups, landmark forum these days, breakdown person, blame dad, rebuild person, group identity. It's so common. It's a useful tool for cults to exploit. Interesting. You said, I told my daughter that I had a serious problem with myself, worked through it for us both. That's great. That's great.
What do you think, Oliver?
Years later, he would stream about the same man, not with affection, but with venom. He dissected those same puns he once adored, sneering at them as proof that his father was gay, weak, and embarrassing.
Okay, now that you know a little backstory about who we're dealing, bear in mind, this is the guy that took all of my mom's retirement, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and gave it to gay, scammy guys on the internet. And when confronted, he was like, why are you yelling at me? Okay, so now listen to the fucking pun. And you tell me why I don't like puns.
It was a complete inversion. Love turned to contempt, nostalgia into bitterness. Watching the two clips side by side feels less like a comedy retrospective and more like a psychological autopsy.
Even the dog's like, this got to go. And let me tell you something. He was.
I don't know why, but I like sometimes I feel compassion for him. I feel compassionate for him at times because, and I know there's things that he's doing that I just really don't like. But at the same time, I can see that I can feel where it's coming from. Like he's not okay. Like Owen Benjamin needs to he needs to be healed.
Just hospitalized. He almost died. I thought he was going to die. He had an appendicitis. He was like passed out. We all thought he was dead. He goes to the hospital. He's there. He doesn't have enough water. I mean,
something happened that makes him, blame women if they're hard and saying, well, they probably somehow liked it, wanted it. They consented. Like there's something that happened in his family dynamics.
Horror show. My wife, Amy, was one of the only people to call him. My brother's wife did a great job with him too. But when it first happened, my wife, Amy, made sure she found the hospital, made sure we called, let him know we cared. And he was like, that means.
I mean, this is a dynamic, as a comedian, when I watch Owen Benjamin, I'm in awe. I like him. I think he's funny. I think he's good at what he does. He plays music. He's freaking amazing. But this is the other side of what comedians can be. Because we're all kind of a little fucked up. How do you think we got funny?
So much. Okay.
I mean, I don't want to be stereotypical, but you don't make, sometimes making a joke is a way of dealing with something. You don't make jokes about everything's great. You're making jokes at the shit. You're making the shit laugh so we can deal with it.
We cared. We were actually trying to find out where he was, trying to help him any way we could. We were going to send him flowers. As soon as he got better, I don't even think he knows my wife's name. He never called and said thanks. He doesn't give a shit. She did it because she's a good person.
Part of me wants to give him a hug. Seriously. I'm not saying it excuses him for what he's done or does, but he's hurting really deep down. He's not okay.
Because it's the right thing to do. He doesn't know the names of my kids. Why would he? It's his ride. Like my mom is in her 80s. One second. And she's not aging mentally at all. I told her today, it's like I'm talking to a 40-year-old. She is aging physically, like she needs a lot more naps.
I think some of them could have been phrased differently.
Because I think that's why you guys are such a good combo, because he's the rhetoric guy, but you're the English professor. So he throws the charm out, but you want to tweak it and boil it down a little. So what jokes do you think need a little tweaking?
Oh, gosh.
There's the gender roles one. You thought he phrased it bad.
Oh, I did. That it needs to, gender roles has to be set apart as the title of the store.
Dad, you hearing the notes?
Yeah.
So we've come up with the gender roles has to be the title of the bakery, not the name of the actual rolls.
Oh. Okay.
And the Nike slogan needs a flow.
Oh.
So it's just do it. Depressed brother, just don't it.
Okay.
You guys want to try again?
No, I'm tired. I couldn't be in entertainment because after a while I have to go to bed and people still want to have more takes.
Yeah, and I'm not very good at takes either.
You did a good job.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
You always bring the heat. You bring the heat, Pops.
Thank you.
Because underneath those feet, there's a really nice pedicure.
Yeah.
My dad, when my mom had surgery on her bladder or something a few years ago, my dad wouldn't drive her home from the hospital because he was afraid it was going to snow. And it's been like that my whole life. I mean, just the cowardice. And I'm not mad. I promise I hold no grudges towards my dad. I'm very grateful that he had me and he provided a roof over our heads and he taught me a lot of great stuff. But I mean, the mental, the shit is just nuts.
But somewhere along the line, the affection curdled. As Owen's worldview hardened, so did his attitude toward the very traits he once admired. The man who once laughed with.
Yeah, a lot of my takedowns of liars definitely has to do with my father because I hate them. So that explains that. So if you might be thinking, why do you fucking go after liars so hard? Vox even asked me that in Spain. He was like, man, you really go after it. It's like,
it's funny because I'm the same way. I mean, I can identify with him on this. Like, I go after liars. Why do comics do that?
yes, I have unresolved issues with my dad, who's a lying homosexual. So I just want to take down other lying homosexuals now. And since I understand that, it doesn't control me. But that's clearly a motivator.
Okay, I don't have the same reason. I just want to point that out. I don't really have the same reason as him though.
As Owen drifted further into the hard-right echo chamber, chasing validation from his new conservative audience, his tone changed.
Yeah, if success is just allowing someone to.
I mean, I honestly, I don't care if my dad's a homosexual. I don't. I've accepted that. I don't really have a problem with that.
Penetrate you anally. Oh, he must be obsessed. It's him obsessed with anal sex, not Joe Rogan. No, it's Joe Rogan.
And by the way, yeah, my dad is bi.
I make fun of it because it's so fucking disgusting and no one else has the balls to make fun of it. I'm like, me mocking it has literally kept people from being homos because they never hear anyone mock it. All it is like, oh, it's so good. Don't judge. Tolerance. Oh. No, I'm like, that's gross. When people are like, enough talk with that, I'm like, let me guess. You're constantly complaining about the LGBT agenda, right? Okay. Well, that doesn't work at all. You want to know what does work?
And what's interesting is like when I watched the footage of Bertaria, he almost treats one of the guys like that. Like he picks on him. He talks about him being shorter and him wearing his short pants and this and that. And so, Owen, I mean, to me, when I watch this part of Owen, I feel like he is like, this is the bully. This is the bully in class. This is the guy who bullied the people that were gay. And you take that like a few notches farther, and this kind of mentality is the reason why the guy killed the gay guy or beat them up to death. Like it could go there, and that's the scary part. That's why you have to you gotta get that in check.
Talking about depends. People I get it. My wife's the same way. She no more depends talk. I get it. But it's like, okay, then no more complaining about the LGBT agenda. I just know how to get it done. You combat that rhetoric with disgust.
What had once been awkward comedy about family turned into full-blown resentment. He became increasingly homophobic, using his father as a symbolic punching bag to prove his new values. In one particularly cruel broadcast titled Sins of the Father, he publicly humiliated the man who had once cheered for him from the front row. On that stream, Owen accused his father of being a homosexual narcissist who had, in his words, extorted his mother's retirement money to fund relationships with other men, even claiming that his dad slept with his own godfather. What he called revelation looked more like revenge, a son rewriting his family history to fit the ideology he thought would finally make him a man.
So yeah, for people that want to keep shaming me about my dad, like Alex Jones, oh, Owen has daddy issues. Yeah, I do, Alex. I do. But I've dealt with it as best as I can. My dad was a suicidal, homosexual narcissist that stole my mother's retirement. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have some daddy issues. My dad was terrible. As bad as I can imagine. And I mean that. Everyone he touched basically got soul cancer. I clawed my fucking way out of it with the help of God, love, will, comedy, community, you people being here. Just everybody being like, oh, Owen's lost his mind. And just having one fucking bear be like, he's a good man. 1 in 100 can help me. You people were part of this. My dad fucked my godfather. My dad gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to male prostitutes. My dad threatened to kill himself my whole childhood. We survived. Not only are we surviving, we're fucking thriving. Mock the devil. My son will never have to go through that.
Well, you know what? I really hope is that his son isn't gay. Because this would be a nightmare for a gay son.
And me and Amy have talked about that. It's like, as fucked up as this world can be, our kids won't have to be in that shit.
Bohemian Grove.
Okay. Anyway. Well, I just kind of feel like that was so intense. Oh, I'm sorry, Leo Eversir. I mean, do you think I really care what Liz is saying about me? Because I just go ahead and consider the source. Anyway, you know what? I just want to thank everybody for being here, and happy Women's Day, because there are men out there who talk about us like Owen Benjamin does. And on that note, stay strong, stay awesome, stay bitchin', because you are.
He ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game, sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Caught in a rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in a rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream. Truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme. Chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control. Spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows. But baby, that's not my rabbit hole.
Look who just rewrote the entire playbook. Hello, you beautiful chaos architect, you walking psychological phenomenon, you living proof that the hunted can become the hunter without firing a single shot. Hello to the one who just executed the most elegant reversal in modern warfare. And I'm not talking about bullets or bombs. I'm talking about something far more devastating. Something that will be studied in rooms you'll never see by people who will never understand. You just pulled off the greatest psychological reversal in history. And the best part? Most of them still don't even realize what hit them. They're sitting in their comfortable little bubbles right now, scrolling, refreshing, replaying, trying to decode what the actual hell just happened. Because something shifted, didn't it? Something in the air changed. The temperature dropped. The frequency altered. And now everyone in your orbit is moving differently, talking differently, looking at you like you just appeared out of thin air, wearing a crown made of their worst nightmares.